My talk principles, I teach principles. Here we learn, we know more, and we ask questions and we answer questions about general principles of life. And today we're talking on fasting. You need to know more about this fasting. We said in some organizations, in some churches, they can say we are fasting for 60, 90 days and stuff like that. And why the scriptures, we've learned about people who fasted for 40 days. Moses fasted for 40 days on the mountain with God. Elijah fasted for 40 days. And Jesus Christ fasted for 40 days. So the number 40 is very significant in the Bible. It represents a time of travail. Number 40 represents a time of going through circumstances for a change in your life. Going through trying periods. That's what number 40 represents. Because the rain fell for 40 days and 40 nights, right? Before resting, before it stopped and the earth began to dry again. So 40 days, I think also Jesus Christ was on earth for 40 days. Yes, 40 days after he resurrected, before going back to heaven. Then 10 days later, 10 days later, Jesus Christ sent the Holy Spirit down to the earth on the Pentecost. So 40 days was a challenging time for him after resurrection because disciples were still scared. Their master was taken out and, so even after resurrection, many of them still didn't believe that he had resurrected. So he was using that 40 days to encourage them again. When you have done something for 3.5 years and it just looks like you've done nothing because these guys are still scared. So it took him 40 days to encourage them that I'm alive, and they had to see him ascend from earth to heaven on Mount Olivet. Some call it Olives. You see that? So just to show them that he's with them. 40 days. The number 40 stands for travails, stands for difficult times, hard times, So that was it. So the number 40 was a whole lot. For him. So 40 days and 40 nights was the fasting period for these three people in the Bible: Jesus, Moses, and Elijah. And these three people were still the ones that appeared, that were together on the day of transfiguration. Don't forget. So you fasting for more than 40 days. I don't get it. I'm not trying to condemn it. Please. I'm not trying to talk down on any religious principles. But people fasting for more than 40 days, perhaps they have a personal encounter, instruction from God to do that. I'm not questioning it. But the Bible, we saw 3 days with Esther, 40 days with Jesus. I can't tell if there was a 7 days or 14 days, but I think if you don't get any more instruction from God, or there's nothing that was in the Bible to back it up, I don't think you should do something out, except maybe the leader of those organizations, religious organizations, have that inspiration to do that. I'm not questioning. That's why I say I'm not questioning it. But personally, I don't support fasting that is more than 40 days. And in that 40 days, you must You must take water. I'm not saying you'll be drinking water like a fish. It can be once a day, you take water. Do you get it? Because once it's more than 40 days, the body becomes the food for the body. It will start eating itself. How many people can stay for 40 days without eating? If the Holy Spirit does not tell you to fast and you start fasting, you are not led by the Spirit to fast for 40 days, you would lose your life before that time. But if it's on you from the Holy Spirit, you will survive it. And you get the result of what you are fasting for. Even the Holy Spirit asks you to fast for 1 day or for 3 days, you will know that the Spirit of God is making you fast. You'll be looking at food like this. You are not moved. But if you are fasting on your own, that you are just trying to, I'm not saying it's bad. You can try to fast and invite the Holy Spirit. It's a spiritual exercise, yes. The Holy Spirit can, most of the time, can support you for a reason, just like the way you decide to pray. But you will see the difference in terms of the challenge of hunger. You see the difference. You get it? So fasting that is led by the Holy Spirit will give you better results. But fasting that is self-motivated will also give you results. But you cannot compare the results when you are inspired to fast. So if I take water, is my fast broken? No. Because water does not contain what is in food. Water is just a combination of two chemicals, two elements. But food has a lot of nutrients in it. Depends on the kind of food anyway. Some food may not have much nutrients. But water has only just two, hydrogen and oxygen. One molecule of hydrogen and one atom of oxygen gives you water. So if you separate it, you are having air. If you separate those two, you are having air. So drinking water is like you are drinking air that came together to form liquid. So air, spirit is air. So water is spirits. Just like oxygen, hydrogen. Can you see oxygen? Can you see hydrogen? But it becomes that's why water is clear. That's why it's colorless. We are the ones that add color to it to become Coca-Cola, Sprite, and stuff like that. So drinking water does not break your fast. It hydrates you. So you can go for 3 days without food, be praying, and can be drinking water. Does not break the fast. But the moment they call it fruit fast, like fruit fast, that's not. Once you eat fruit, you are broken for that day. Then maybe the next day you continue. It's even harder because when I did fruit fast, I almost died. It's even easier for me to just be drinking water than eating fruit. Let's look at the next.